Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing European Outlook for today's second video. So as always on a Thursday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for the next week to 10 days across Europe. And I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. And got a 10 to 14 day, including all of the regular features coming up for you later on this afternoon. So if you could please like, share and subscribe on the videos. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday as well. Right, okay, let's start off with the situation across Europe today then. So here we go, Thursday 27th of April. Low pressure is trying to move in from off the Atlantic as a ridge of high pressure starts slipping further eastwards into central parts of Europe. At the same time, got an area of low pressure up across Scandinavia with some quite warm, some quite cool air, I should say quite cold air. Upper air temperatures look like that, so cold across northern Europe still, particularly Norway and into Sweden, Denmark, and over Baltic Sea states towards over Baltic Sea, I should say, towards Baltic Sea states. Cool to the south of that, through the Low Countries, Germany, Poland, for example. Go further south of that, and the heat is really building, actually, over parts of Spain. So I've already got a 20 Celsius iceberg here pushing northwards into central Spain. 25 Celsius iceberg is into North Africa. So the heat really already getting intense down across Spain. But otherwise, most parts of Europe actually looking relatively cool or average with the temperature. So precipitation-wise, we look like this. Showers or longer spells of rain across Scandinavia. There could be some snow mixed in, particularly parts of Norway and into central Sweden as well. Some heavy showers here on the eastern side of the Mediterranean, especially through Turkey, some parts of Turkey, and going down into the eastern Greek islands as well. However, most parts of the Med actually looking mainly dry, to be honest, until we run into more wet weather into the UK island and also parts of France, and that rain is quite heavy. And then the Low Countries, Germany, much of Poland, on into Ukraine, a lot of dry weather through there until we get into the showers over eastern parts of Ukraine. And the temperatures look like that today. So coldest across northern parts of Europe, also pretty chilly into Scotland as well, becoming milder for the UK and Ireland. France looking relatively warm, and that warmth just beginning to extend up into the Low Countries as well, also into southern and southwestern parts of Germany. It is cooler through northern Germany and into Poland. And then, of course, we've got the heat really building down across Spain and also southern parts of Portugal, where temperatures pushing well on into the 30s Celsius, hovering around 40 degrees into northern parts of Africa. Very intense heat already getting going down there. That's tomorrow, Friday. So again, we've got an area of low pressure pushing through the UK in towards the Low Countries and western parts of Germany. Still the trough up over Scandinavia. And of course, we've got this heat low that is being developed by the intense heat that's sitting over Spain. Look at the upper air temperatures for Spain and Portugal. Again, the heat really building there through central, southern, eastern parts of Spain. The whole of Iberia looking quite hot, to be honest, but the hottest temperatures are the closer you get towards North Africa. That heat beginning to push out into central part of the Mediterranean as well, while eastern parts of the Med looking generally cooler. And then going further northwards, obviously you've still got the cold air sitting over Scandinavia with that trough of low pressure in situ. Precipitation-wise, wet weather spreads from the UK and France through the Low Countries into Germany and also southern parts of Denmark as well. Further showers and longer spells of rain with potentially some flint snow mixed in up through Scandinavia. Again, most parts of the Mediterranean looking mostly dry. Could get some thunderstorms starting to be triggered close to northwestern Spain. That's triggered by the contrasting temperature from the Atlantic to the heat sitting over Spain. And again, we see that intense heat there through southern parts of Spain, temperature pushing well into the mid to upper 30 Celsius, hovering around 100 Fahrenheit. Go further north so it gets progressively cooler, with most of central North Scandinavia in particular looking quite cold. On into Saturday, low pressure remains over Scandinavia with cooler air through there. A ridge of high pressure trying to get going across western parts of Europe. At the same time, we've still got a bit of ridging over into East Europe as well. Our temperature should begin to ease back a little bit over Spain. Of course, it's very early in the season, so we can't maintain those intensely hot upper air temperatures indefinitely at the moment. A couple of months' time, of course, we will see that intensity being much longer lasting. But for now, the heat is beginning to drain out, but also pushing into the central part of the Mediterranean as well. Further northwards, it is quite cool, and then cold sitting over Scandinavia once again. Precipitation looks like this, so a few heavy showers and thunderstorms could start to break out around the Pyrenees and into southern parts of France. Further showers or longer spells of rain up over Scandinavia, might some slick snow mixed in with that. Ireland and the UK, again, there could be some showers in some places, but we go further southwards, and most parts of the bed are looking mainly dry, of course, hot and sunny through the central part. Just maybe a rogue thunderstorm affecting one or two of the Balearic Islands. The temperatures just begin to ease down a little bit across Spain, seeing how the heat through North Africa begin to retreat further southwards and eastward. But nevertheless, it's still going to be hot, with temperatures reaching to be upper 20s, if not below 30 Celsius. Further northwards, actually looking quite cold across Scandinavia, and they're relatively mild or near normal temperatures, really, from the UK and Ireland going over towards Ukraine and the Black Sea. On into Sunday, again, got high pressure trying to build here in the western part of Europe. Wind is now coming in from more of a northeasterly direction across Spain. That's bringing cooler air back southwards once again, sending the heat away for the time being. Still with that trough of low pressure as well up across the northern part of Scandinavia, bringing in the wind from more of a westerly direction. The upper air temperatures look like that. Again, very warm for the time of year down across Spain, Portugal, and into the Med, but the most intense of the heat just begin to ebb away a little bit. Cold upper air temperatures up across Scandinavia, and then otherwise the upper air temperatures are probably not too far from average across many other parts of Europe. Precipitation looks like that. We could get some big heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out across southern Germany and into northern parts of Italy. Some of those storms might extend into France as well. Mostly dry from the central western part of the Med, except for one or two rogue thunderstorms, a few showers into the Balkans and down in towards Romania and Greece potentially. Further northwards, quite a bit of dry weather through the Low Countries, Germany, Poland, and then showers further north of that into Scandinavia, with more showers breaking out through Ireland, the UK, and into western parts of France as well. Temperature-wise, much less intensely hot across Spain, Portugal, although still very warm. And further north was cold through Scandinavia, again near normal temperatures, mild temperatures, therefore, through most other parts of Europe. Quite warm in the southeastern corner as well, potentially, by Sunday. That's Monday, so high pressure is out in the Atlantic, building through the western side of Europe, pulling wind in from a cooler northerly direction. Low pressure, though, up over Scandinavia keeps things unsettled and quite cold with the upper air temperatures through there. Otherwise, near normal upper air temperatures, I should say, with hottest upper air temperature down through central and southern parts of Spain, but nowhere near as hot as they currently are. Precipitation-wise, further heavy showers, long spells of rain, possibly some thunder mix in through southern and eastern parts of France into towards northern Italy, southern Germany, around the Alpine areas as well, and down into central northern parts of Italy as well. North of that, there could be some showers, longer spells of rain, possibly a little bit of sleet and snow mixed in over Scandinavia. Turning drier through the UK, Ireland, France, Spain, Portugal, and into western parts of France as well. Now, much of east and northeast Europe, including the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania, looking mostly dry through there. But temperatures are generally mild to warm in most places, very warm or hot through central parts of Spain and Portugal, and cold across northern parts of Scandinavia. High pressure takes over across the west of Europe on Tuesday, although on the eastern side of that high winds are coming in from the north across Scandinavia. The upper air temperatures are looking cold across Scandinavia and pushing into the Baltic Sea states as well. Otherwise, relatively mild or warm with the upper air temperatures elsewhere. Westerly weather is pushing into central and eastern parts of Europe today, from Poland eastwards and southeastwards. Looks quite wet on Tuesday. Heavy showers and thunderstorms through the Balkans, for example, over the adjacent into Italy, and potentially affecting some parts of central Mediterranean as well. So the Balearic Islands and Corsica, Sardinia could see some heavy showers and storms on Tuesday. Further northwards again, got some wet weather pushing through the Baltic Sea states and southwards in towards Belarus and Ukraine, and then going further west of that, mostly dry across western parts of Europe on Tuesday. So temperatures quite warm, even though we've got those heavy showers and thunderstorms on the east side of Europe, quite warm through there. Temperature probably into the low to mid 20s Celsius, and relatively warm through Mediterranean, of course. Cooler though as you go further northwards, particularly again through Norway and into parts of Sweden, and also pushing over the Baltic Sea into Finland as well. Wednesday, once more, we've got this deep area of low pressure around the Baltic Sea states. That's going to become quite a significant feature. High pressure through the western side of Europe. Once again, upper air temperatures are actually turning colder across Scandinavia. We begin to pull back southwards by 10 Celsius iceberg through Norway and into Sweden as well. That very cold air just being pushed southwards in towards Finland also, and generally just quite cold really across much of northern Europe. Meanwhile, further southwards, we can see the heat just starting to be rebuilding a little bit over Spain and Portugal once again. The hot air from North Africa just trying to push back northwards once more. Precipitation, heavy showers and thunderstorms through Italy and over toward the Greek islands as well, and northwards in towards the Balkans, from the Balkans to the Black Sea. Could some heavy showers through there. Further north of that, we've got showers or longer spells of rain with an increasing risk of snow, I think, through Finland, and also pushing southwards into the Baltic Sea states with wintry showers through Sweden and also back into Finland as well. And outbreaks of mainly light patchy rain pushing eastwards through the UK and Ireland. France, Spain, Portugal looking mostly dry. Cold across Scandinavia and into the far northeast of Europe. Warmer under the ridge of high pressure out across west parts of Europe. And those cooler temperatures are beginning to edge a little bit further southeastwards into southern and southeastern parts of Europe. Thursday next week sees that low pressure still in the northeast, the ridge of high pressure out in the west of Europe once again. Looks quite hot through Spain and Portugal, though not as hot as it is right now. And generally very cool or cold across much of northern and also northeastern Europe. Precipitation wet in the far southeastern corner from southern Italy in towards the Black Sea. Romania could have some big heavy showers and thunderstorms and whatnot. Further northwards, rain, sleet and snow in the far northeast Europe and into northwest of Russia. Outbreaks of patchy rain from the UK and Ireland. Heavy showers and thunderstorms through southern parts of Spain and Portugal. Otherwise, mainly dry through these western parts of Europe. And again, temperatures becoming quite warm in West Europe. Southern France looks reasonably hot. Spain and Portugal looks quite hot as well. Warm in towards the Low Countries, Western Germany and the UK and Ireland as well. Temperature could be into the mid to upper teens Celsius. Further northwards and eastwards, still looking cold, especially across the far north and northeast of Europe. I'll just run you on to day 10, so that's Friday next week into Saturday and Sunday, 6th and 7th of May. It looks like we're gradually turning more unsettled in the northwest, low pressure coming back in from the Atlantic towards the UK and Ireland. At the same time, warmer air probably pushing northwards through Scandinavia. And then we go further southwards. There's no sign of the heat really rebuilding yet across Spain, Portugal and North Africa. Right, so that's European Outlook for this week. I hope you found it interesting and informative. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. And we'll be back a little bit later on with your 10 to 14 day, which will include all our break features. Come back for that then. For this week's European Outlook, that's all for now. And thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.